But then there's something that I just really needed to say um, that I saw today. I needed to kind of express my thoughts about Tim Tebow. Of course, as everybody knows, Tim Tebow is back in the NFL playing tight end.
Yeah.
And I think about Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out that Tim Tebow has been out of the league for what? I don't know. Almost
About a decade.
Yeah, a decade. And he went to baseball and he did commentary and he's back in the NFL. And so I'm trying to grasp my mind around how did he get a contract Colin Kaepernick didn't. So I'm sitting here and I'm asking everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching this segment on YouTube, do you not see the irony in this? Do you not see the hypocrisy that Black people have been trying to point out for years and years and years? I don't know how many times Black people have said that white people cheat, and Lori Loughlin was caught in that scandal of cheating. I don't know how many times Black people have said we're getting beat up on the streets by police officers, but yet and still, Rodney King and George Floyd were physically caught on tape before all these other ones start coming out. Mm-hmm. And all we've been doing was telling you, I told you so. Now we have Tim Tebow got a contract before Colin Kaepernick. And a lot of people, and again, I admit it, and I've said it, that is his performance to the reason why that he's not in the NFL. It is not the reason why he's in the NFL. It is based on what he did in kneeling the national anthem. Mm-hmm. And Donald Trump, then president, made sure that he put the fear of God in everybody as an owner to not re-sign him again. See, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, if that is not a narcissistic move, if that is not the most ignorant way of doing things, I don't know what is. You go and you have these protests that they supposedly call it with the insurrectionists, and they broke all kind of laws. But Colin Kaepernick kneels and he gets held for what he did. And again, I admit it. I was mad when he did it. I didn't want to see that. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to see it. But we learn along the way. If you sit down and you learn like how I had to, like how you had to, there's a reason why he did it. And we see it. We see it every day. One Black person killed, another Black person killed. And before you know it, it's a pandemic. Just sweep it across the United States. That bugs me. I had to say that. What's your thoughts?
It's funny, like you said, that when Tim Tebow officially got the contract to be in the NFL again, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars, and at a different position, at that, a different position, at that, it kind of brought me back. It kind of brought me back to a lot of things, to when Tim Tebow actually was, what do they call it at the time? Tebowing. Mm-hmm. You know, kind of like praying, like right smack dab with like a touchdown celebration or in the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. You know, and he got booted for it. But it seemed like evidently along that lines in that decade, from when he was booted up until now, he was forgiven somehow, and he has landed a contract. But now we look at Colin Kaepernick, and he kneeled. Uh-huh. He kneeled because the irony in America right now is not representing what the flag is saying.
Right.
Period.
Right.
And the irony and the And the biggest thing about that is who recommended that to him.
Mm-hmm.
Another another Marine native recommended that he kneels.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
That's what people also don't see. A Marine, a guy in the Army, in the Navy, or in the Marine recommended that he kneel.
Good point.
For that.
Right.
That's what people fail to see.
Right. Now, if you have a Marine that says, instead of just sitting, kneel, that should say a lot to everybody that is saying that they're disrespecting the flag. No, what Colin Kaepernick asked of sitting was probably far more disrespectful than kneeling. Mm-hmm. But he did do it in a peaceful way. He didn't do it like how they passed this voter election lines and go down into the Capitol and use your white privilege to make them change their minds, pretty much intimidating them, threatening them. Colin Kaepernick kneels, and he got to be an SOB. He got to be a wrecker. He got to be everything in the book, but patriotic for actually kneeling and protesting in a very peaceful way that most of the NFL has started to support right up until Donald Trump opened up his mouth, and now everybody's brainwashed. Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And this dude, Tim Tebow, getting that contract, it's just like, who y'all really representing at this point? Mm-hmm. If Colin Kaepernick do not get a contract in the NFL, nobody's not going to believe what the NFL is doing. Mm-hmm. Whether y'all doing on social media with change and social justice and stuff like that, it's all phony baloney right now until Colin Kaepernick gets a contract. Mm-hmm. Period. This is what this is. So people's going to have to just understand and realize, hey, we still have a problem. NFL,
exactly.
We still have a problem.
Yes.
We still have a problem.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
So that's how I feel about it. That's where my mind is at.
Okay. Cool.
That's where my mind is at.
Thanks for sharing. You don't have nothing else in anything for Platform Talk?